7 o'clock, I will call this meeting to order. I am first moved as chair so I can see everybody. All right, we will establish a quorum with all of our in-person present members. Do we have any added agenda items? Okay, and I would entertain a motion of the meeting minutes from October 4th, 2023.
I really don't have a bunch of mention. Yeah, that's something.
Oh, I did. I missed the pledge.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's do the minutes first, since I hear a motion from Rick.
I'll make a motion, we accept them in.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any corrections or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, sorry, stand for the pledge. I missed that. My apologies. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America,
to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, I'm gonna play through the drive. We have no new applications to be received. We have no public hearings, no continued public hearings, so swiftly moving along to new business for IWWA 12-2023 for 8 Mill Street, request for a permit for demolition of 5 buildings within the regulated upland review area. Owner is Hamilton Standards Control, Inc. Applicant Hamilton Standards Corporation, map 087, block 37, lot 008. We have anybody for that application? Come on up. We don't know where our easels went, so.
That's okay.
Apologies.
Yeah.
You have a full-size map in your packets as well.
No.
If you can just state all of your names for the record.
Absolutely. For the record, Kurt Porcheretta, professional engineer with Lorero Engineering Associates, 100 Northwest Drive, Plainville, Connecticut.
For the record, Christine Bray, professional engineer with Lorero Engineering Associates, 100 Northwest Drive, Plainville, Connecticut.
Dave Clymer with RTX Corporation, 4 Farm Springs Road, Farmington, Connecticut.
Thank you.
So I know everybody's had the plans. I just want to reorient everybody on the map. North is to the top of the sheet. Access to the site is through Scott Road, although the address is Mill Street. This is defined as Scott Road on most of the mapping. The brook is here on the left of the map. The delineated wetland line is this blue line here that circles around this part of the site. The limit of the upland review area is this yellow line here that you can see goes through. And then the buildings that are to be demolished highlighted in yellow and shaded. So the project essentially entails demolition of the mill buildings. That's the only activity that we're contemplating at this time. We are working with a contractor who has developed a very detailed demolition plan. We have erosion and sedimentation controls that start with an anti-tracking pad on the access way. All of the existing drainage systems will have silt sacks to prevent anything from running into those systems. We have a double barrier of wattles and silt fence to essentially encapsulate everything between the site and the regulated area. The contractor will complete the demolition in one sequence, and as I mentioned at the first meeting, because of the condition of the buildings, we're considering this somewhat of an emergency activity. The owner is extremely concerned about the stability. Some of the structures have already collapsed. So this is really a make-safe project. We want to get the buildings demolished. The material will be sequenced off the site as the buildings are demolished. So in other words, there'll really be no long-term stockpiling of any materials on the site. It will kind of be a dynamic operation. So as they sequentially take these buildings down, that material will be sorted and then shipped off of the site. Once the demolition is completed, the foundations which will remain in the ground will be backfilled. The site will be stabilized with seeding and those kinds of things. And at this point in the season, we are proposing that all of the temporary erosion sedimentation control measures will remain until the spring, at which time we'll do a return visit, make sure that vegetation is there. If there's any new seeding or something like that that needs to be done, again, given the time of year, we'll make sure that gets done. Once we're convinced the site is fully stabilized, then those facilities will be removed. That's generally the overview. We're happy to take any questions from the commission that you may have.
Thank you. Any questions from anybody on the board?
Yeah, we were kind of wondering if they would report where the material is disposed of. Maybe it's not our venue, but we've had a lot of stuff like that seems to manage to end up in the Connecticut River floodplain and the escarpments in town, and we certainly don't want that to happen.
Sure, absolutely. The contractor, as part of their scope of work, has to contract with various facilities. Some of the material will be recycled and ground. Some of the debris that's non-recyclable, i.e. wood, glass, those kinds of things, would typically be brought to a solid waste landfill, but all of that will be recorded. So if the commission so desires, we have those records and they'd be happy to summarize where that material went.
There was something I copied in the planning department.
Sure.
If they would please, and, make me real thrilled.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
The other comment I have is some of that redstone is rather nice. East Windsor Historical Society has collected redstone from various buildings in town. And perhaps you need to take a trip over and look at their facility and see what they've done with it. It's not any part of my decision, but if you were to offer some, and this has got big resale value, it might well be appreciated.
I'll defer to the owner on that. I'm not familiar with that. But
We have been in discussions with the town, with the mayor's office to talk about some select material going into there.
Yeah, because
Our concern right now is whether there's any hazardous constituents on that material that we have to make sure is clean first.
some of that, if you happen to go over there during the day and take a little ride there, just see what they've done.
John gave me
I
the
think
tour
you
over
would be
there.
very, I think you would be very happy to let some of it go there.
Again, not that affects any of our
It
decisions.
doesn't affect our decision here tonight, but it's just a commentary as a
Yep.
friend of the Historical Society.
Any other comments or questions?
You know,
All right,
get it done. Ready?
I'm ready if you want.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
the only
wait,
thing I
wait.
had to add to what they've already said is that the town engineer, fire marshal, and North Central District Health Department have no comments about this demolition as pertaining to the upland review area, no issue.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you. That's on the record then. Okay,
Go ahead.
you ready to go, boss? No extra conditions, just the normal,
No, I think that's our normal standard.
okay?
When are you gonna start?
the demolition permit is in the process of being secured. Nothing can start until that demolition permit is in place. We're hoping that over the next few weeks, that'll be in place, then they'll begin to mobilize the site. The first activity would be deployment of all the erosion sedimentation controls. So it could be within the month, we hope.
Oh, good. Yeah, at least get your sediment controls in,
Yep.
because that's gonna have a lot of fun on the backside of the mill. That's gonna, it's just right on the ledge. Anyway, you ready? A motion to consider IWWA 12-2023 8 Mill Street. Approve request for a permit for demolition of 5 buildings within a regulated upland review area. Owner Hamlin Standard Controls Incorporated. Applicant Hamlin Sunstrand Corporation. Then we got the map M087 block 37 lot 008 with our standard conditions. I'm sure staff is giving you a copy.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
On seconds, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, moving along, we have no old business. There's nothing in miscellaneous, so I'm assuming we don't have anything there either. Sorry.
Then,
No, that's okay. Moving to agent reviews, decisions and reports.
okay, so this is something we discussed 4 meetings ago. About 105 South Main where the old, United Ag and Turf was. Remember they had asked about the possibility
Stands.
of bringing putting a vestibule in front.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So they-
It's just straight in the front. of it.
Yeah, it's 5 feet, it's just 5 feet, so they put in their official application with your permission from before, I did an agent decision. So that's agent decision IWWA 2023-13 for 105 South Main Street, the addition of should be 5 foot vestibule in. It's a portion of the upland, yeah, it's kind of like.
Yeah.
But that's all that they're doing as of now, so anything new would be brought. If it's on the side where the upland review is, so. That's all. Nothing exciting.
Okay, keep this posted on how that goes, don't see any issues, yeah. I saw the report from. The pits, everything was looking good on that, I think, so. Assuming everything's status quo. Yeah.
Give me hell.
I can't, I'm too short.
Now it's fun.
I know your name.
What happens when you're short?
I know the feeling.
I do
Don't
too.
worry.
You're not that short.
Okay, so that's it for that. We don't have any conference seminars or trainings. I don't think we have anything for correspondence. Is there any general board discussion? All right, hearing none, we have nothing for executive session, so I would happily entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Wow.
I think we got 2 people should do it.
I'll make a motion.
And Mike seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
7:12.
It took us that long?
I know.
Thank you.
They must have.
Thank Peg.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll get these cards named for you.
Oh, good.
Often.